glad that I've managed to encourage a number of you to come on board with me and share this journey. And I can see some of you here tonight, so thank you very much. Okay, Vanessa, let's go.
So we are gonna just actually give it because it's just 7:29. So we're gonna give it just
Okay, so we can chat a bit longer.
But we are
Okay.
we've just started recording. We just want to say hi to everyone, and I'm going to introduce Sue, and then she's going to begin on the presentation. But just in the chat below, just pop through where you're from, whereabouts in Oz, and I think there's a few people from UK on that they were on our team meeting earlier. Just pop in the chat where you're from, and Sue, keep saying hello while I just pull the slides up if you can.
Okay, so Annie, I can see that you're on. That's lovely. I've met you recently. Joy, hello's a gorgeous girl. She's coming to see me on the weekend from Mackay. Dave, I can see you there. Michelle, can see you there. Dorothy from before. Wendy from before. Trudy, tell us, Trudy, where you're from, darling.
I'm from Caboolture.
From Caboolture. Oh, lovely Caboolture up there. Is it as wet up there as it is here?
It was. Hang on, sorry, something's gone wrong with my computer. Sorry.
No, I can hear you loud and clear, darling.
Okay, good. It rained a little bit today. Last week it bucketed.
It did, yeah. So I live in a place called Woongoolba, which nobody's ever heard of. But if I say Jacob's Well, they say, oh yeah. I say, well, I'm nowhere near there. But I'm in amongst the cane fields in Woongoolba, Steglitz, Cabbage Tree Point. So northern Gold Coast, and so that's why I have a lot of team in the Gold Coast area. Hi to Ray. I think I met you, Ray, at Pat's event. Oh, good on you, Ange. Thank you, darling, for coming on. And Jessie, where are you from, Jessie?
Brisbane.
From where?
I'm under Helen. Brisbane. I'm under Helen.
Oh, from Brisbane. Okay, cool. Well, lovely to have you here. And oh, hi, Helen. How are you, darling?
Great, thank you.
Okay, Vanessa, I'm ready when you are, love. Is everybody
in? Amazing. Okay, well, welcome to everyone tonight. My name is Vanessa, and my husband Andrew and I have been patching for just on 8 months when his best friend from Sydney rang as we relocated back to Australia to be close in proximity to our family and said, you've been in the health and wellness space for a while. Have you been patched yet? Have you heard of the X39? We literally were presented a presentation exactly like what we're about to present to you tonight. And we could testify that in the last 8 months, we've never, ever in all our years, 25 years of people helping, we've never been so exposed to so much wellness, so much health breakthrough stories. And we absolutely believe in the miracle of healing and our bodies doing what they're meant to do. But to optimize that with what you're about to see today is a game changer in basically the world. So I've asked our friend who we only met because we were at the same markets, and I had the honor of patching her, and she'll share her story halfway through. But Sue, immediately after her experience, started sharing, and she now in this company called LifeWave has just ranked to what is known as senior director. And what that just means in a company that values sharing is that she is being honored for and recognized for the way she is passionately sharing, both with financial recognition and also in terms of her business. It's really giving her incredible opportunities and incentive trips and all the rest of it, which we love. But Sue is a legend, and she tonight is going to do her first online presentation for the first part of this presentation with us. And she's so brilliant in person, but you're going to so catch her heart on the screen as well. So I'm going to be doing the slides and presenting. So let me just share our screen, and she's going to literally present to you what we were introduced to 8 months ago in this presentation. So just give me 1 second. And we're going to go right here. Over to you, Sue.
Thank you, darling. So at 5 to 6 tonight, she said to come on and do this. So please bear with me. But I have seen a number of these opportunities, slideshows before. So let's see how good my memory is. Obviously, you've all been patched. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on here. And so I'm hoping that if I'm patched for maybe 12 months, 2 years, I get to age reverse to look as good as this young lady here, but that's yet to be seen. Anyway, have you been patched, and what does that mean? Well, it elevates your it elevates you and activates the patches on you to regenerate, and we all know the power of this is not just activating your stem cells, but it's all about age reversing. And the man in charge of doing all of this next is David Schmidt. Now, I'd like to know how old David is, because every time we see him on the screen, he looks younger. This man is the CEO and the inventor of X39. And while it says here on the screen that he's got over 130 patents, he's actually got over 150 now. So this slideshow was made last year, and we'll update it as we go along. He is the inventor, and this patch is the X39 specializes in age reversing, which is something that we're all wanting as well. In 2008, he focused his attention on this particular patch. He'd already been developing patches since 2004. So this year is the 20-year anniversary, and that's why they've just had the cruise they had to the Greek Isles, where they celebrated the 20-year anniversary. So in this, with this X39 patch, it took David 10 years to develop and $4.5 million to bring it to market. So this is even more unique because he used his own money to make this patch and develop this patch. Next. Okay, so this man is really on the ball with patents, and patents aren't given out lightly. So when people say to me, does it work? Well, hello, they wouldn't have given it a patent if it didn't work. So what this does is it shows that his dedication to this technology is what they saw when they gave him these patents, and what this one does is the activation of the stem cells is because as a result of elevating the copper peptides. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but I have researched it since, and you can do the same thing on all the wonderful information sites that we have available to you. Next. Okay, so why do we want the X39 stem cell activation patch? Well, there are the fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. As you're aging, you'll notice that you may start developing some crow's feet at your eyes. Wounds take a little bit longer to heal. Bones take a little bit longer to heal. And the reason for that is because our stem cells are not as active as they should be. The reason for that is both the environmental issues that we have, but also too the processed foods that we eat. We're not eating as healthy as we should, and our environment is not as healthy. So hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging, mostly caused by inflammation. Once you get to 30, you'll notice that only half your stem cells are active. Well, actually, you probably don't notice, because I didn't even know that mine had gone dormant. I'm over 60 and I've lost most of them. But this is the reason that we're using the stem cells now, and we're so grateful that David has developed this X39 patch. The stem cells are the body's raw materials. So this little diagram here shows you that what they do when we wear the patches is they help to self-replicate the cells in our bodies, and what they do is they morph off into whatever cell that our body actually needs to be repaired, be it cartilage. Like, can you imagine how astonishing this is for someone that has bone on bone, that suddenly cartilage is developed into multiple tissues? It also reduces inflammation, but the number one thing that I think that's pretty cool is that it triggers the death of our old cells. Like, normally they would hang around in our bodies and they just create more problems for us. But with the patch, with the X39 patch, triggering the death of the old stem cells brings our body back into apoptosis. Next. How does the X39 works? Well, proprietary form of phototherapy. I think the easiest way someone explained this to me is if you imagine you're wearing night goggles, and you know, in those movies they show them, or what's that show I like, SWAT, where they put the night goggles on and they can see humans in behind the buildings, in behind the walls through their heat. So that's the light that reflects from us naturally is what the X39 reflects and activates our stem cells. So reflects the light to activate the stem cells. Then it's non-transdermal. So there are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants in these patches, and they're non-invasive. Next. The benefits of the X39, I can't begin to tell you how beneficial it's been to me and how it's been life-changing for me, but it increases your strength. I'm not lifting heavy weights yet, but that'll come. Reduces inflammation, definitely. Increases your stamina and your energy and vitality. So one of the first things I felt after the initial patch, so once that first patch I put on took all the pain out of my body, which I'll tell you about later, my energy levels increased as well, and mental clarity, although my husband may say that's not quite right yet. Anyway, restores muscle or skeletal, goodness me, conditions. Improvement of sleep. I've noticed this has been amazing for me, and that's usually the secondary thing that most people find is the sleep improvement, or sleeping longer, and improved skin appearance. While we're all achieving optimal health, it's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being that we're looking for, and that's one of the benefits we can get. Thank you. The X39 long-term results per case studies that you'll find, and this is at Info and several other places if you go searching, says that in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to restore. And while some people will say, not really noticing much, we obviously can't see what's happening inside our bodies, but this is what's going on in there. And within 6 weeks, our brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. So that's when people will see visible signs of the lines on their faces and that disappearing, and that's just that freshening. Some of the girls I've spoken to said their reaction from their friends have been, wow, you look really great. What are you doing? And so that's always good, because that gives you an in to say, you know, what you're doing. You're using LifeWave X39 patches. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And that's something that's probably really important to the more mature ones of us, because from 60, 70 onwards, you know, everyone says, oh, you've got to watch out, you're not going to have a heart attack and all. Well, if my heart can reverse to a 40-year-old, that's really good. These are not anti-aging, it's age reversing, which is something I'm really looking forward to. Next. Okay, so this is a topography map of a woman that participated in a study, and she's a 77-year-old woman. The first time she placed the X39 on her neck, it showed in this topography that she had, oh no, that was with no X39, the inflammation in her brain and lack of brain coherence. But in session 2, 3 weeks after using the X39, there was no more inflammation. So all that redness is gone, and she had improved brain coherence. For session 3 of a topography map, 6 weeks of using X39, it was a complete turnaround and better brain coherence. It can be noted she came in with her brain was hyperactive, and her brain calmed down dramatically at the second visit. And after wearing it for 3 weeks, her brain remained calm. After wearing for 6 weeks in session 3, you can see that it's back to what it normally should be. Okay, next. Where do we wear the patches? Well, in everything that I've read, it says that the most common place is to wear it behind your neck or 2 fingers below your belly button. But honestly, it can be worn anywhere. David says that if you've got a pain in your shoulder, stick it on your shoulder. If you've got pain on your knee, stick it on your knee. But we wear the patches for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. The reason for this is the body needs to repair and rejuvenate. And so if you're wearing it at night, your stem cells are racing around your body and you're hardly likely to get any sleep whatsoever. After we take the patch off, we need to throw it away. What I've been doing is I have a 17-year-old cat that I've inherited from a daughter. He's the most beautiful boy. And so he sleeps on the bed with me. So when I take mine off, I just put it on the blanket that he sleeps on. And I reckon that he's getting more alert every day. Some people say to put it on your plants. If you've got a plant that needs a little bit of a helping hand, put it there. Otherwise, just throw it away. And remembering that the little beads that come in the sleeve, we don't need those. We're just going to throw them away before we start using the patches. Then in the next morning, we patch again and we put another patch on and we repeat the whole process, 12 hours on and 12 hours off. We need to, I think, really instill in people that these patches work best while you're drinking plenty of water. And some people say if you put a bit of Celtic salt on your tongue before you drink your water, that helps. Or if you use an electrolyte and pop that in the water. What we're needing for the water to do is actually to go through the membrane of our cells and help everything work. If we're just drinking tons of water and we're not utilizing it properly, we're just actually going to the bathroom and getting rid of it faster. So drink plenty of water and remember to take it off after 12 hours. The X39 is so sophisticated yet simple to explain, and this is where we like to hear testimonials from people. The best thing about a testimonial is that it may be the one thing that helps somebody else that you're talking to. You'll hear a testimonial, think, I remember so-and-so has that. I can share that with them. So who do we have on the screen here, Vanessa?
Well, what we love to do, thank you so much, Sue. You did big cheer for Sue. Like that was her first time presenting. Amazing. Again, first time on a Zoom. You've done it so many times elsewhere. But Sue, share a little bit of your testimony. We love to disclaim 2 things, especially because this is recorded and many people share these with other people. We are not intending to diagnose, treat any disease. Even if we use the name where symptoms have a name to them, as we know, like a medical name to them, we are not saying that using the X39 is going to heal or fix specific things, because as Sue just taught, what happens when your own body begins to regenerate is so unique to you. So you need to hear these testimonies for hope, but also don't wait and think, well, I don't have that, or I don't have that, or I don't need it for that, or I don't need it for that. Actually, every single person needs to wake up our own dormant stem cells. And when they do wake up, they'll go wherever your body knows they need them. So Sue's going to tell what we call a one patch wonder story, but she's also had some amazing wins moving forward. And she knows quite a few people with some great breakthrough stories. So share of your own, Sue, and then just a few others in the chat. A few of you have just started patching. I think Sue said everyone's probably patching, but I've got a few guests on that might not be patching yet. But in the chat, if you are seeing some responses already, feel free to put them in the chat as well, what's happening for you. But thanks, Sue. Share yours.
Okay, so I had been suffering with a pain in my butt for 11 months and had spent numerous months, 9 months initially, before it was specifically diagnosed. I was being treated for sciatic pain, but I knew it wasn't sciatica. So I went down the road of, my doctor had suggested the only course of action was cortisone injections, and I didn't want that. So I went looking elsewhere. And I did Reiki therapy, I did Bowen therapy, I did massage, I did spinal flow therapy, I did acupuncture, I did kinesiology, you name it, I've tried it. And in the end, after 9 months, spent just over $2,000. Then went back to my original doctor, and she suggested there was another form of therapy called PRP, where they take the blood out of your arm, put it through a
centrifuge.
Whatever the thing. Yeah.
Centrifuge.
And then, yeah, that's it, a centrifuge. Thanks, Ellie. And then they re-injected it into your glutes. And I had 4 rounds of that. So 1 in each butt 1 week. And then 6 weeks later, another round. And that cost $700, and that didn't work. So I still wasn't prepared to go down the cortisone injections because they're not renowned for working long term. And I was at the markets where Vanessa had only been for about 4 or 5 weeks with the LifeWave stall. And she came across and saw me. Long story short, I won't tell you the conversation, but she said, take this patch and go to the bathroom and put it right on your bottom and see what happens. Well, within 20 minutes, I was back at my stall and I just sat down. And I was so surprised that I had just sat down with no pain. I turned to the guy behind me and I said, hey, Greg, did you see that? He said, I did, because all the other stall holders had seen me crippled for 11 months, unable to walk properly, unable to bend down properly, or sit and stand up again properly. So that was my one patch wonder story, and it was totally life-changing. I've not had any pain there whatsoever since, and I started on the 6th of April. So I'm in my 5th month, and I've shared with numerous people, lots of my friends and family, and I love every one of them for sharing their stories with me as well, and for having the faith to come on board with LifeWave, because this is a very unique product. And we're all, well, I'm grateful, very grateful to Vanessa to have shown her kindness and given me this $6 patch when I'd spent nearly $3,000 and nothing worked. So that's my story, Vanessa.
I love it. Thank you so much. And I'm seeing some great comments as well. I know we've got Dave and Ange on, and just wonderful things around autoimmune and a whole bunch of other things, and beautiful teenagers that have just optimized some of their sports performances. Personally, some of the stories we love to share is, multiple car accidents in my body over the years. So much inflammation. Even when I lost 50 pounds, like last year, there was still just so much inflammation in my body. And so I had a fall just as I was getting on one of these calls. Someone was presenting this opportunity to us, and we understood light therapy. We understood a bit about light therapy because we understood that living in the States, med beds and photo light therapy and all the rest of it. So while I was waiting for my patches to arrive, someone knocked on the door, and we love doing this as a team if we can. If we've bought enough, then we'll share a pack with someone, and then when their order comes in, they'll return it. And we love that community. Someone knocked on my door and said, hey, I've heard you've ordered these LifeWave patches. Here's some, because the delay might be a while based on it being Christmas. So I patched myself. And usually I just was taking good anti-inflammatories like turmeric and all the things, but honestly, nothing was working after a little fall I'd had. Within 3 days of a patch being on, all my pain, all my everything that felt like I'm not going to be out of bed for a while, like usually, was gone out of my body. For Andrew, it was brain fog that lifted. He then has actually got off his sleep apnea machine, and he has an even more important genetic disorder. We can't name it online, but it's so much so that while you have maybe 70 platelets, he has over 1,000, which is really dangerous. And anyway, since patching, nothing else has changed in his life. And they've been reversing. Those numbers have been reversing. And his genetic specialist is like, these things don't reverse. So this is literally resetting our genes. We know that is happening. And when our genes reset, incredible things start to take place. My daughter had 3 major brain injuries, concussions. She's 18 years old. On the X39, there is brain stability happening for her, brain balancing happening for her, all that migraine, all that needing to be in dark places, all those cycles, menstrual cycles of my girls where it's been out of control based on just some choices that we took responsibility for living in Canada that we may not have done if we were not immigrants. So many choices we had to make. We've just seen complete reversal of so many symptoms from so many decisions we had to make whilst living over there. And one of them is that there's no more pain in my girls for their menstrual cycles, which is a big game changer. For Sue's granddaughter, she shares a testimony around endometriosis and how much she couldn't move around certain times of the month. So we're talking beautiful things. We're talking an auntie that's a little older that also had lost her taste and smell to a virus 7 years ago. She got that back on the patches. So amazing, amazing stories. But as we say, what's going to happen on your body will be so unique to you. I am going to invite one more testimonial because we love them. And so, Alison, I'm so glad you've asked to share. She's just always got these unfolding stories on her partner.
Thank you, Vanessa. I love what it's done for you and your daughters and Andrew. It's just amazing. But I've just come back from Airlie Beach, well, actually probably 2 weeks ago now. But while I was up there, every morning I was getting up at 6 in the morning and I was going for a power walk, long distance, every morning. Really powerful. Anyway, on the very last night, the 7th night, my knees seized up and I was in agony. They were both killing me and I was really petrified because I said to David, how on earth am I going to walk to the car that's taking us to the airport in the morning? How am I going to get on the plane? I was so worried. Anyway, when I went to bed, I just put an X39 on each knee. And when I got up in the morning, there was no pain. My knees, my legs, I was walking normally. I just could not believe it. So it's pretty amazing.
Your stories just keep unfolding. You look back on some of our old YouTubes, you'll see just Alison's early day breakthroughs and her partner David too. But I love that, Alison. That is incredible. And you know what, friends, and most of you are here from Australia. Basically, it's been nearly 20 months here that it's been in Australia, maybe a little bit longer, but our community that we know kind of in what we call our upline and all our community, our world of thousands of people now, it's been about 19 months of patching. The longer people are patching, the more we hear the stories, like the deep, deep breakthrough stories of healing and things just really releasing off their life. So do think regenerative. As Sue said, don't think overnight, think regenerative. If your body has been degenerating for this long, then give your body time, time to begin to reset and heal itself. So people will say, do I have to wear them forever? Well, that's your choice. No one's going to force you to do that. Do you want to take a multivitamin forever? Do you want to just do a few proactive things for your body? Then the answer will be whatever you want it to be. But once some of those deeper healings have happened because those stem cells have gone to do that work, then you might want to just optimize. There's athletes all over the world that use it because it enhances their performance. Excuse me. So Just keep all that in mind. I'm going to just shift gears a little bit now in terms of how we present, and we're so grateful, Sue, for the way you presented all around the technology and the testimonies. We just love to share right now how you can begin to look at some of these testimonies yourself. And so we have a website. If you want to write it down, I'll just find it on my screen, excuse me. And it is called thisisit.com. Thisitinfo.com. So I'm just going to put it up here. Oh, there's a few of our own stories that we keep getting messages about: blood pressure and seizures and cerebral palsy and all these things. And this is my beautiful friend Leanne out of London, UK, who lost a lot of her hair due to just a lot of stress and trauma. Within 6 weeks, it was grown back. She told us tonight it's come back thicker and a darker color again, and it's just amazing for her. But we know hair regrowth is a symptom of healing happening on the inside of her body. So this is it. Have a look at thisitinfo.com. Look at the testimonies on there. You go to the /testimonies. Very, very exciting. Start to look through ones here. If I could just increase this page, I'd show you ones on children. You are going to weep when you watch some of these stories. Again, without claiming and making treatment plans or claims, we're talking about children that have not been able to speak, starting to speak and use words that were nonverbal. Wonderful things were happening for children in here: joints, skin, all the rest of it. This is how you just get started. I love that Sue said the price, and we're never afraid of talking about this, because she basically said about $6 Australian a day, a cup of a good latte, or maybe even less than a good latte a day. What this means is that you basically come in at 3 different price point options. We want minimum 3 months use of the X39 for you on a silver. That is about 300 US plus some tax. That's right now currently just over 500 Australian dollars. You are patching for less than $6 a day. At gold, you might want to share with a couple, like a couple might want to share this. So you are going to be investing 500 US dollars into 5 months worth of the patches. I'm just going to stop my screen for 1 more second, just so you can see. This is what it looks like. The diagram's a little different. It looks like this in there. And in that pack is 30 of the patches. So this is 1 month's worth of the patches. So we're talking 300 US, 500 US, or for some of you that want to just basically patch a large family like we wanted to patch a large family, is you might want to get the patches even cheaper than 99 US. And you might want to get them at what's known as the diamond investment, where you get them at $84 US, because you get a huge, large pack of 19, 20 months worth. We were patching our family of 6, plus early days, our mums and my dad. And so we're patching 9 people. So this diamond pack was an incredible option. There's also really great business rewards if you end up sharing and someone else purchases any of these packs from you. There's really wonderfully generous product introduction bonuses. We'll share about that in a minute. So basically you get to choose, can I go silver because I'm just patching myself? Can I go gold because I want to patch myself and someone else, or I want at least 5-6 months worth? Or do I want to actually invest straight up, save a whole bunch of money? You basically get like the equivalent of 3 sleeves for free in that diamond pack. And you really get to patch every loved one in your large and growing family. And they are the different ways that you can basically buy this at wholesale. It retails at 150 US plus tax. It's just not worth it. And if you say, well, I just want to try 1 month, we'll say, wait till you're mentally ready to commit to 90 days, because this is regenerative technology in wearable light therapy. It's not an overnight, let's see if a month works on me. So we just say, take your time. if it doesn't feel cost effective to do it, grab the silver pack between 3 friends and each put in the 100 US and at least start on the silver pack, and then look at the week after, the month after, what you do to all begin to invest yourself. Just get this patch on your body. There's an order form your brand partner will send you. Your friend that's launching their own LifeWave business that invited you to tonight, this is exciting for them and they love you and they wanted you on this call just so you would be able to hear about this, and they can send you an order form so that we can get you started. Postage is around 7 days right now, quicker for the diamond pack because it comes in a larger box. I'm going to just basically pause for a moment on that, put any questions about the product in the chat, and then we're going to move into just about another 10 minutes on this presentation on the company itself and what we call the opportunity, not only for sovereignty and freedom in your health, but also what this has been as a game changer to many of us when it comes to a business and sharing this in Australia at such a beautiful ground floor opportunity with this product. But just before I move into that particular opportunity, there'll be some that just might have a question right now around the product itself, around purchasing. Then we're just going to take a moment. Some of you, if you're not interested in the business side of it, then you can just leave in a moment when you're ready, and you can get back to your brand partner and say, hey, I want to get patching. And we're going to go, great, let's get you started. Let's just get you wearing. Some people are going to say, well, maybe I'll share when I get a testimony, but we push back on that pretty early in our particular environment. And we say, well, you know what? On amazing friends who've got on today, I won't say their names, but they've been patching like 6 weeks. They're seeing nothing yet. They're generally quite healthy as people, but they understand that this is regenerating, and they understand light technology, and they understand that this is just, let's see if actually we're preventing anything from happening. And then you got someone else that's like, I got a result overnight. So we say, while you're patching, rather than go, well, if it works for me, I'll share it. This is not the thing to do that too. You might want to do that with, I don't know, a great like physiotherapist or something, and go, I'm going to wait and see if he works on my body. But your body is so unique that you want to say, no, if I trust anything or get any sense of hope around this, I'm probably going to want to start sharing with other people. So if you do feel like that, then I want to show you, and I'd be irresponsible to not show you how much it's changed our life to be sharing. Andrew and I moved over here with not $1 to our name after the most incredibly enriching, rewarding, and challenging 9 years as full-time missionaries overseas in French-speaking Quebec. And we did incredible with investments and all the rest of it, and funded so much of that decade of our life. We came back here to start from scratch and be closer to family, just in their season of my mom and Andrew's mom. We were looking for we're entrepreneurs, we were launching some businesses, we've coached and we communicate and speak at conferences and all the rest of it, but we were moving back to Australia, so we didn't say yes to any of those opportunities back in North America. We just knew to be here. This came into our lap. We understood straight away, if this is what we think it is, everyone needs this patch. And so we saw it much more like an opportunity as entrepreneurs to add another business into our portfolio. And so this is what we did. I would testify without making claims, and we don't actually have a large network. I literally have met people in the park, walking my dog, at the markets. You know, we have a wide social network, but in terms of who we're patching and how this is sharing, we now have over 650 people just based on patching one person who's patched another person who's patched another person. But that's happened so naturally, so organically and fast, because people want to get this product to other people. So we now get at least one income in our household is now being funded by what LifeWave is paying us for sharing and helping other people to share. And so it's been a game changer for our family. It's meant while we've relocated our kids, I haven't had to go out and get another job in this season. We're launching other businesses. It's given us time to do that. And this is just the beginning of actually what's really happening for us. So let me just share my screen around the business. If you've got the 10 minutes to stay on, we'd love that. And then we're going to stop recording and we're going to answer some questions around what this means for some of you that are thinking it through right now. So we are just going to turn my screen to here. Basically, this was flagged early on for us, opportunity. It screamed opportunity. Australia's had this product in 18 months or whatever it was by the time we got onto it, not even, maybe 15 months at the time. This company itself is not new, so that's really important. It's a debt-free company. It's celebrating 20 years. That felt really important to us. Direct selling was a model we love because we love that it takes the power away from big corporate and puts it back in the hands of people. We have always loved that. That this company basically went from 20 million with all its other lovely support patches that it's had around for 17 years. And as soon as the X39 came out, it basically shifted the company over 3 years to a $430 million turnover. But also it's just hit $500 million and it's been ranked the #1 momentum company for the last 2 years in a row. It's in over 100 countries. It was 75 when this was presented to us. We have to update our screen. It's in 108 countries right now. We have teams in now 12 of those countries. It's not a Me Too product. For Andrew and I, we were trying to bring supplements into Australia. They couldn't get TGA approved. And this is approved to be here, approved to sell at retail and wholesale. But also, I'm not trying to convince you that my supplements are better than yours. My oils are better than yours. My weight loss program is better than yours. No one else, as Sue said, has the patent on wearable light therapy technology and won't for another 17 years. This is just the beginning of where LifeWave is going. And when that $500 million hits the company, 60% of that is distributed on the field because it's got such a huge generous compensation plan. This is massive. It's #1 momentum. It's just hit global #1 momentum. And this company is not going anywhere south. This is literally only going up. While so many direct selling companies are shutting down right now, this one is winning awards left, right, and center. It's doing everything to stay compliant. And when countries might get a bit threatened by what this light therapy technology might do in big pharma and different things like that, they have such an intelligent group of scientists at the forefront. David at the forefront of this. He's actually very well known globally in the biotech industry. And he just takes his time to prove more whatever that country needs to actually let it be in that country. He'll keep paying his brand partners if a country locks it out for a little while they just have to work on compliance issues. He'll continue to pay their brand partners and families their average monthly earnings. So if this has become a legitimate business, they don't go without their money. So they are just quality, integrity people all the way through. We're seeing huge growth on our own teams, the team that has amazing systems that we follow. It's even blowing LifeWave out of the water, the way that our teams are succeeding globally around the world. There's incredible support. You'll see compensation plans. You'll see how to share. You'll see how to keep it simple. You only need to know how to send that link called thisisinfo.com to people, and people will get curious because they'll get to watch and they'll think of so many people that need this patch. The thing about this particular patch, friends, is that everyone needs it, young and old. There's no limit to this, male, female, young and old, global, local. You can meet people locally. I'm sharing with friends all over the world. They can order through your own website, through your own app. It's incredible the way it just scales. So we want to stir entrepreneurialism in you when the world is wanting to just put fear and scarcity in you. We want to tell you that this is unlimited and unlocking so much in people. We will coach you in that. You might want to just cover your own expenses, but if you want to build a 6 and 7 figure business, like many, many, many people we know are doing only 18 months in this company, where beautiful Tessa out of Regional Mudgee, who's a 60-year-old single mother who is just living dreams she never imagined she would live. This is what we want to help you create if you want to add this into the way you begin to share. We've got sample patches. We've got ways we'll support you. We've got a strategy how to support you. And we want to ask what matters to you. What do you want to create? And how can we help make what's important to you day by day be lived out when it comes to this particular opportunity? How do you want to make what you value actually matter to you? We want you to tell us your dreams, and we'll see what that would look like to help create that with this company. Here's how you get paid. You get paid by sharing with 4 people. At 4 people, it begins to unlock the whole beautiful flow and that plan. That little triangle is not a pyramid. It's actually upside down, where some network marketing companies are like, if you sell, only your upline gets the benefit. The reason why we have this little triangle is because actually someone above you is flowing all this volume down past you and all the way past you back up through your organization. So when I onboard people right now, they come into hundreds and thousands of what we call volume flowing through my organization. And as soon as you go to my left or my right, just like you'll do with someone that you're going to partner with, you will start to get volume that comes from them. And that volume helps the company pay you commission. So you are not just what we call helping upline. This is up and flow up, helps and serves everyone down their lines in their team with volume, which equates to money and bonuses. It's the most incredible, what I call upside down business structure that serves everyone top to bottom and bottom to top. These are the kind of ways that you can earn some money. And again, we don't disclaim, but it's pretty easy when you sell gold. If 4 people sold gold to someone else, what you could be making at the end of 12 months on just one of the ways those cycle bonuses work in that system I just showed you. Then you begin to earn money on 3 and 4 people down in those introductions, and that scales really quickly. If they're earning $1,000 a week in their bonuses, you're going to earn 25% of that, and 20% of the next person, and 20% of the next person on every single person that you partner with. So we wake up to someone on our team winning, earning like $500 this month in US dollars. And then we're getting 100 of that dollars as well, not from them, from the company as an added matching bonus. It's beautiful, it's generous, it's fast, and it begins to flow. And this is a real-time example of the model, not the claim to the income, but this is real income for people. But the model in 12 months is very, very scalable. And this is literally just selling the gold packs to people. So this is amazing. And you just have to focus on partnering with, let's say, 20 people on one side, 20 on the other over time. And you will start to see this type of possibility happen with support and with work and consistency and sharing and being confident in the way that you share, not because you need to know everything, but because you just need to be confident that this is it. And no one has what you have, and everyone in the world needs this technology on their body. So what are you believing for? What are your dreams? What are your hopes? We want to know them. Is it just for your health? Do you just need to get healthy? Then just get healthy. Just buy the silver or the gold. Regularly keep ordering, and you just get yourself well. But when you begin to share, We want to help you create some freedom and flow financially, and we will support you as a team the whole way. So when you get started, silver, you can earn $100 maximum a week of that. Gold, you can start to earn unlimited when you come in at gold. And diamond, you quickly earn the bigger money over the first 3 months, because they pay you as a certain rank for the first 3 months. So if you say, I want to invest in a business, well, our friends were going to buy a franchise of a gym. They were going to put in $500,000, and they were not going to earn what we're all earning now for the first 3 years of that business. Practitioner friends all around the world keep saying, I can't keep trading my time and my hours for the amount I'm getting per hour. I want to keep being a practitioner. I want to serve people. I want to help people. I can't keep upping my prices. But they just need leveraged income, and they can add this in alongside what they're doing as practitioners. People that want to stay at home, people that want to get free right now. There's just beautiful stories, as many testimonies around the finance as there is around health. So you decide. You will not hear pressure from us if you don't want to build and share yet. You just want to get well, we're going to say just get on silver or gold and get well. And if you want to create something massive, we're going to support what you want to create. And we're going to see you win in your health and your wealth. So we're honored. This is like the wildest, most incredible adventure of our life when it comes to this gift we can offer people. We are in this long term. LifeWave is in literally the technology of light therapy, long term. Exciting announcements are being made over the next few months that you'll hear about if you join the LifeWave journey. We are a community, we are a family, we're very like-spirited, but we're very unique in the way we want to share and what we want to create. So we'd love to partner with you, and you just need to say to the person that invited you, I want to know more, I'm curious. And the thing that seems to really help people get their health and their wealth breakthroughs is curiosity. Just stay curious. So I'm going to end the presentation, get back to the person that invited you, because they care about you enough that they are going to either show you this presentation or they are going to have had you on tonight. And then I'm going to answer some questions. So thanks for being on tonight.